record this. So, good evening, everybody. We are just four today, and I know that everyone else can catch up on the recording, so appreciate that. I appreciate for you turning up. Otherwise, we'd have been really like Billy No Mates. But anyway, so how is your week going? Now, I mean, Bobby, you've just been telling us before we recorded that you've got someone who's interested. Oh, here comes Dermot. And obviously that's in transition. So let's hopefully we can get him on this month, which would be fantastic if he does. Hi, Dermot. Nice to see you.
Hi, Sue.
You're in the dark there. You're in the dark, but
you're muted, Dermot.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, I'm not muted now.
We were just saying we're few on numbers today, but obviously we'll just go ahead and record.
We'll keep it short.
We will keep it short tonight. Obviously we're week 2 of November, and I have still only done 5 golden action plans, and some people are able to do them by themselves, and but that's fine. But the other ones who haven't done it, you just kind of go, what am I doing? So you won't have the roadmap of where you're going and what you're doing. Hi, that's Kelly, great. Nice to see you. Hello. So obviously we're just saying, Kelly, that kind of it's golden action plans. So people haven't done it, but I'm sure that you have done your own. I hope you have. Have you done your own? You have. Maybe not. I can't hear you.
I know what my aim is for it, but I haven't written it down, but I do know what my aim is.
Right. Okay. So you just need to put that into action. You know how to do it though as well.
Hang on. Sorry, darling. I just need to interrupt you for a second. Okay. This whole thing about goal setting is such an important concept to understand, because it's all about physical manifestation. And the art of physical manifestation isn't just thinking it might be a good idea to make it happen. It's actually about bringing it into reality. That's intentional. And that intention needs to be focused. So here's my goal and action plan. These are my goal cards. They get written. I write 3 a day. That's 6 times a restatement of my goal for this month. And the reason why I do that and why I do it in the way I do is because it's an expression, it's a physical manifestation of the intention. Because there it is written down. And by externalizing it, this is the weird thing about it. Whatever way you look at it and think about it, you tell a lie to yourself on a goal card often enough and it becomes true. And it doesn't do that if all you do is keep it in here. So the whole point about the golden action plan, it's not for our benefit. It's actually for your benefit as individuals, but it's for your benefit in relation to the fact that it brings people towards the physical mechanism of making the goals manifest. And so you add to that the imagination of the presence of the goal having been achieved and the feeling attached to it, and that's how the magic happens. Now, some people do this completely naturally. The vast majority of us don't, because we're not taught to do it as children. And let's all face it, up to the age of 7, we get all these emotional impacts and conditioning that effectively put a wrapper around the kind of concepts we end up with having for ourselves, for our lives. And changing it's a very difficult thing to do unless you actually focus upon it and concentrate on it. So this is a personal development process that we're talking about here, because goal setting brings about new reality. And it's not that issue of stepping outside of your comfort zone, it's stretching it. It's just like just like balanced oil makes our cells permeable and malleable and soft and wonderful. That's what stretching your comfort zone becomes. It's that process of creating a new reality by a new understanding. And that's what you do. That's what happens with this goal card. And I'll tell you what mine says. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a crown with Zinzino, November 2023. We're going crowned. It's an intention. It's a manifestation. We're going to do it with or without other people. But we want to bring you guys along, because the more you do, the easier it is for us, actually, in real truth, being selfish about it for a moment. But it's like, was it Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar? I can't remember. I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, you help enough people get what they want and you get what you want. And that's the essence of collaboration and teamwork. It's helping people to get what they want in their lives. But that means a certain thing in terms of their own concept of themselves and whether they want it well enough or not. And that's the issue of the why. And Sue and I have been having a bit of a debate about conversations she's been having with people, because we've done a bit of LinkedIn advertising to test it. We've had quite a lot of responses, actually. And Sue and I are kind of at loggerheads about the way to deal with them. We're not. It's not true. I have a very different way of dealing with people who ask things of us, which is what they're doing, to what Sue does. Sue sells and does it really, really, really well. She's entirely responsible for the development of our Zinzino business. And I've been very much an observer for a long time. Now I'm not.
He needs to get his act together because he keeps on saying, you didn't do that very well. And you
No, I'm never
you
critical.
did.
I'm never critical. I'm just trying to help you coach. I'm just coaching you on the basis of, I know that sounds really arrogant. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come out that way. When you put an advert in for a position, essentially you're selling the idea of them applying for that position. It's not an application for a job, which a lot of people seem to interpret it as. This is a request for people
even though it says on it self-employed.
Yeah, it's a request for people to respond to the idea of being self-employed and working alongside us in a global e-commerce environment. That's essentially what it says. And the way I know that this works, the way I know it works if you do it right, is if you actually interview them. Now, you will all have heard Dave talk about posture in terms of the way you put out what we have, what Zinzino is, and how we actually attract people into our business. And it's not so much selling them the idea of it, because we're not selling to a need here, in the sense of a product to fulfill a particular need for a consumption reason. We're actually inviting people to become partners. Now, if you don't like them in your conversation with them, why would you work with them? So the very first, you see, Sue doesn't really care about that, actually.
I do. That's why I'm refused to.
I
absolutely do, and that's why I insist on a Zoom, because I do not want to.
I'm just poking you, darling. It's all right, and you did exactly right.
I have had a couple of people who said I'd like to do it on the phone, and I went, no.
You responded. So
responded to me, and this is how I do it.
Exactly. So here's the point. Here's the point I'm trying to make here. It's about we're bringing people into a business. This is a business, so it is a partnership. So we talk about the selling process, but actually this is a collaboration process, because we're inviting someone to come and join us with a common aim. And when someone starts to talk to us about what they want, it makes it much easier for us to show how we can help them get what they want within the environment of Zinzino, rather than simply describing the features and the benefits of that and seeking them to buy into it. Although they do buy into it, it's actually motivating them to become a partner with us. So for me, it's much more about what do they want rather than what do we have? Because the more we sell to them, then they see it as a transactional process. And some of you may be familiar with a Swiss psychologist called Eric Berne. He coined a phrase called transactional analysis, which is essentially the relationship between adults and children and the psychological impact of the way you communicate with people based on these concepts. And there are three basic relationships: adult, parent, and child. Now, if you treat people like children as an adult or as a parent, then effectively you're saying, do this because I tell you to do that. from a position of strength. Now, that's what happens to us all in the first 7 years of life. We end up in that situation where people in authority are effectively manipulation is the wrong word. They're creating us in their own image by the things they say and they do in order to mold what we become as children up to the age of 7. As adults, changing that's actually quite difficult. But here we are as adults in relationships with other adults when we're being treated like children as an adult, then it becomes it's not a negotiation process. So the way Eric Berne puts this is, if you're in a negotiation process, treat adult to adult, because you get much better outcomes. So my whole point here is we're treating these people as adults in terms of, we're not negotiating at this stage. We're simply finding out whether there's some common ground with each other in order to take the idea of partnership forward. Once we've got that part of it, the emotional connection, the energy exchange done, then the other bits become just a conversation about how the mechanism works. Then there's no contest in it. It's just a case of information flow. So we have a slightly different attitude to the way that these things should be developed. So I've forgotten why I was saying all this. Essentially, it was what I'm really driving at. It's all about what you guys want as well, and what's going to satisfy your need, and how we can help you do that on the basis of the goal and action plan, because it's a meeting of minds, and yes, it's a communication of energy as well because of the goal that you actually have. So we're talking goal manifestation here, and writing it down and doing it every day, seeing it every day, visualizing it every day, because guess what? It comes about. There's a really good book called Imagination is the Key by Neville Goddard. It's a very, very, very short read. And you can get an audible version of that on the web, because he put everything he taught was never copyrighted. He actually put it out and gifted it to the universe. And there is some amazing stuff that he covered. In fact, if you go on to Google Books, I think it's either Google Books or Gutenberg.org, you can pull down more or less his entire works. They're not long. They're actually very short, but there's enormous wisdom in them and extremely good information about how to bring into your life whatever it is you want. So we said it'd be short. Sorry, I've just got on a soapbox.
I love that.
Back to you, darling. What?
Deary me. Okay, so how's everybody doing? So Bobby was just telling us about her partner or prospective partner that she's hopefully going to be bringing on this month, and the possibilities of that and the opportunities that's opening up. How are you doing, Kelly? I know that you've just done your business presentation the other day. Yesterday, was it?
Yeah, I did one yesterday. I did one last week, at the end of last week, and I have 2 other people. No, I have another one on Friday. So I have 4 people sort of on the go.
Excellent. Well done. Well done. So we're here if you need us, you know that.
Oh, no, thank you. I do, and I will. 2 of them, one of them is not quite ready, I don't think, but they're taking the products and seeing really good results. So they will do it. They just weren't very happy, but they're very happy now, or they're getting very happy. And I think 2 there's a really good potential for 2 to join this month, and 1 maybe, we'll see. So.
Excellent. Let's aim for this month then. That would be really good. And Tomas has, I know I've been on a call today with a prospect with Tomas, and who hopefully should be signing up today, tonight, hopefully. So we can get him started tomorrow, really. And that's in South Africa. So that could be quite an exciting one. Dermot, I know, has been talking to a lady called Kimberly, who's hopefully coming on as well, and just really getting through to that. And how are you doing, Ruth? Are you doing okay? You can't hear you, darling.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm just
Coughing.
I'm muted because I'm still coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. Haven't done any accounts, but yeah.
Oh. What happened there then? You were supposed to be doing that.
I started doing things. I thought I'll just do a couple of hours of Zinzino on Monday, and I didn't get round to doing because it took me a lot longer than I anticipated.
Oh, okay, cool. So just keep reaching out to people. That's all you can do. Reach out, and I think going back over the ones that you've already spoken to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's what I've been
yeah,
going
touching
through
base
all my
with them.
notebooks and things.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just kind of going through them, either crossing them off once
Yeah.
you've spoken to them and say, right, get that one out of the way.
Yeah.
I've been doing the same here as well. We've been doing lots of meetings, nothing fruitful as yet. There's a couple of people who are kind of going and ahhing and things, but we've also got other, kind of people in the loop as well. So yeah, could be an excellent month. Could be an excellent month all round. And kind of other than Ruth, who's in the other leg, the team, the main team leg, you're all in our, kind of the leg that we're working in. So it's even, kind of it makes, and that will affect all of you as well as all the people who are there. So that's quite exciting. But yeah, and I'd hoped that our new chap Osama would have been on, but he's obviously busy. But it's and we're the ones that we're seeing at the weekend. I know that Dinah's coming. Dinah couldn't come on the call tonight. She was busy. But she's coming to the Saturday event. I know that Kelly's coming over as well, which is great. So look forward to seeing you, Kelly. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very good day. Very good day. Excited about it all. But I think that's probably all we're going to do tonight. So the recording is not going to be up to much, is it? Let me stop recording before I say anything I shouldn't do. I've done that before and not been able to not